Hi guys, and we're back again for another review. I'm Damien.
Big Tom.
Why are you chuckling? You're not used to hearing me say that, are you?
No.
It's usually the only thing he ever says, and now he can't even say that.
That's my line.
It's his line. As we indicated in our last review, Tom has got a bit of a chest infection. He's a little bit lost for words today.
Like always.
Like always, but you know, at least he sits here and looks pretty. He's got a fabulous smile, fabulous laugh. Today, it's another clone video because I've had a little bit of a shipment come through. What I got here is the AIOS. Is it the AIOS?
The AIOS cheapo.
The AIOS TD, which is the basically a hybrid atomizer for the Chi-U or the cheapo, whatever you want to call it, which is the clone from Fast Tech. Why's that funny?
Because it's awesome.
Yeah, we had a lot of people basically asking us, sending us messages saying, would we review one of these and do us a tutorial on these? Some people have got them and they're finding it a bit of a tricky one to deal with. Some people want to get one, but they don't particularly understand what it's all about. Basically, it's an atomizer designed especially for the Chi-U, or in this case, the cheapo. What it is, it's a tank with a Chi-U top cap on the bottom of it. That's how it comes, and that's it. That's all it will fit, technically. We have had some news that it will fit the Astro clone, for definite. There are a couple of other clones out there that it's meant to fit, like the EH Pro
Sigeli 19.
Sigeli 19, the EH Pro EA clone, or whatever the fuck that's called, I don't know. But it does fit the Chi-U, cheapo, or the Astro for sure. We know that for a fact. Now basically it's a bottom-fed atomizer using either SS mesh or stainless steel, and you can actually wrap that in a bit of echo oil if you want to, but it was designed for mesh. And basically what it is, you have your two posts in the bottom here. You have a small little round insulator, delving insulator in the middle. You pop your mesh inside that with your coil to your posts, and then you place the tank over the top. You fill your juice in the tank, and it basically, it's an upside down tank, so the juice is fed downwards rather than a lot of Genesis where it's at the top. It also comes apart. You can take the middle section out, the tank section out, and this bit comes down here, and it acts as a dripper as well. So you've got everything you need in this, and it's basically the companion for the Chi-U or the cheapo. I've had a few comments as well recently going, how dare I call this clone a cheapo? Well, technically I wasn't calling it a cheapo because I think it's shit. I think it's an alright mod. I think it's a great mod for a clone. It's bang on. I call it a cheapo so it's easier to explain. So I'm not sitting here going, well, it's a Chi-U, and then have people go, it's not Chi-U, it's a Chi-U clone. If I call it a cheapo, then you know I'm on about the clone. Alright? I've got 4 kids. Poo is thrown around in our house all the time. Not literally. Well, I do get a face full of shit most days, but that is why I call it the cheapo, and that's why I call a Nemesis clone a Chemesis, or as you've just seen probably on the last review, I call a brass Nemesis clone a Bremesis. So, not to confuse anybody what I'm talking about. Back to the review. And I've heard a lot of things about this. A lot of people have got them, they couldn't wick them. A lot of people have got them and just use it in dripper mode. I mean, I've heard about these before for the actual Chi-U, the real one, and they're as hard to get as rocking horse shit as well. They're really difficult to get. They're harder to get than the Chi-U. And so I thought, okay, I'll grab one. You know, if that's what people want, then we will grab one, we will wick it, and we'll see what it's like. And I'd heard it was difficult to wick. It wasn't. I was really surprised. I found it quite easy. I think I wicked this in about 10 minutes, you know, and the vape on it is gorgeous, isn't it? It really is. It's a very cool vape when done with SS mesh. It's a very, very cool vape. So say you've got like a cave fun, which is a warmer vape. So I've got monkey jizz, or juice as I say in front of the kids. In my cave fun, I've put monkey juice, jizz, whatever the fuck it is, in this, and there's a considerable difference in the way it vapes. The flavour is bang on, it's both there, the flavour is the same, but it's a really cool vape on this. It's really nice.
Even I've tried it with a throw like this, and the flavour is astonishing. And this lucky boy got to do it in 10 minutes, wicked it in 10 minutes.
Yeah. So all you've basically got to do is you oxidise your mesh, you wrap your coils, you put it in the insulator, attach your coils to the positive and negative post, then you slide the tank section over the top. So there's a little hole in the tank section where the mesh pokes through, and then obviously you fill it up with your juice, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, off you go, you vape away. And what I do really love about this atomizer, I've done it again, Tom. What you do is you take this section off, and there is your tank. So you just take that off, fill it, put that back on, and you're away. There's no hanging it upside down, there's no screws to unscrew, there's nothing like that. It's pretty damn simple to put your juice in. The only thing you do have to do, which I keep forgetting to do, is every time you take that top section off, you have to do up the air holes basically on your chi poo, so that you don't get leaking, because it does leak every time you take the fucking tank off and don't do the air holes out, which I keep doing. It's just one of them things. I've got to condition myself into remembering it. But it's a bloody lovely vape. It really is nice.
It is, and it does look fantastic as well. It does look a bit bulky, but it really goes well with the chi poo.
Yeah, it does look fantastic. You know, yeah, you're right, it is a bit bulky. It's not a flush sort of fitting atomizer because of where your air holes are. I mean, and what a bonus for me is, because this was the chi poo that I got, and the air holes were wonky on my chi poo, so I got this, and it basically now made my air holes more streamlined. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know, it looks good now, and it vapes really bloody well. I'm actually quite impressed with it. I think this got to me for about just under a tenner. Just under a tenner. You know, I'd love to have the real thing. I can't bloody get one. They're too bloody hard to get. I would buy the real thing. That's the sort of dick I am. You know what I mean? I've got the real one. Yeah, yeah. But I couldn't get one. So I thought, well, you know, people were asking about it, so we wanted to review it anyway. We wanted to do a little tutorial on it, so why not buy one from Fast Tech? It took a month to get here. It landed with me premises. I also got a brass chi poo because I wanted to see what that was like, and it's pretty good. It's really good, actually. It's better than the stainless steel one, in my opinion. And yeah, here it is. And
it's the way. And you know, I've just realised that drip tip is worth more than the actual attic.
The drip tip is worth more. It's a JM drip tip. I think it's cost me about 20 quid. And it's worth more than the actual attic. So, well, it's a funny old game we're in here, isn't it? You know? Oh, I can't stop vaping it. It's a really nice flavour. It's absolutely stunning. And I don't particularly, I'm a silica guy. I really like my silica bottom fed atties. I really do like them. And I'm not too keen on the mesh, but I think this is like the first sort of Genesis style, even though some people say it's not a Genesis style because it's bottom, but we still use mesh. Yeah. It's the first one I've really got on with, and it's the first one that I've ever wicked in 10 minutes, and it's no dry hits at all in the last 36, 37 hours, and I've been vaping it constantly, and it's really nice, and I've done 2 tanks out of it now.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we'll go down to the table. I'm going to re-wick this for you in the way that I've done it, and that's just with some 400 mesh, show you how to do it, and then we'll have another little vape and a chat afterwards. Alright, so we'll see you in a minute. So here you have your AIOS tank and dripper hybrid for the chi, all taken apart in these 5 pieces. At the very bottom you will have your threads, your brass connection, and your positive and negative posts, your air control ring, your tank for your juice, the sleeve, and your top cap. Now if you wanted to make this into a dripper, you basically take your bottom section here with your posts. You would make your coil and wick and whatever you do for your dripper. You would then put on your air control over the top of the wick, feed the wick upwards or however you like it, and then you would just take this, basically this top cap with this drip tip, which doesn't come with the AIOS, and also the AIOS doesn't come with a brass air control ring, it comes with a stainless steel one, and you would just screw that on, and there would be your dripper. Put it straight onto your chi, and you're ready to go. But we're going to do this in the tank section now, so let me take this apart again. Okay, now between the posts you'll see you have this small insulator inside with a hole in it. Now that is for your wick to sit in, your mesh or your stainless steel rope, and basically it stands upwards, and the juice is then fed down into the wick. So what I've got here is I've got some pre-oxidised 400 SS mesh, and it's got 5 wraps of 0.2 camphor wire over the top of it. So what we're going to do is place the mesh inside the insulator hole like so. And then we are going to attach the coils to the positive and negative posts, trying to keep the mesh nice and straight because it has to stand upwards. So there's the first one, put that in, nice and tight, like so. And then your second one. Now make sure your coils are quite low down on your mesh, because obviously when it sits in, you need to be able to wick it and coil it quite the thing there. It's kind of like the opposite of how you would do a Genesis, because obviously that feeds from below, this feeds from above. Now once you have attached your posts and to your wire, get your coils nice and even, put it onto your chi, and we'll give it a little pulse. Check for hot spots. A small hot spot at the top, so just adjust ever so slightly. There we go. Okay, so when you're happy with your coils, remove the excess wire. Just give them a little wiggle there. Take them off. Mine has just come loose. That's right bastard. Attach that again and check it. That's fine still. Give that a little wiggle. Lovely. Okay, we're back again. Now basically you want to put your air control over the top. Now this could be the tricky part now. Now we have to feed the juice section of the tank over the top of the mesh. It needs to go in this little hole inside there, and that's done that. That was quite lucky. Lovely one. So now you will see that your mesh is sitting inside your tank like so. You want to put a bit of juice in there. Now this is the important bit, which I do keep forgetting. You need to tighten up your air control ring when you feed the juice in, because otherwise it will leak. So make sure that is proper all the way up when you've put your juice into the tank section. A little bit of juice. I'd recommend not filling it at the top on your first go. Just put a little bit in there just to see how you're going, because it's quite simple to keep refilling with juice when you need to. Put your lid back on the juice section. Sleeve over the top. And your top cap. Give it a little bit of a shake. And let's see how it goes. It's firing nice. Make sure you undo your air control ring. It's terribly sorry, but we haven't leaked, which is nice. Oh, it's a really nice vape. Really nice. Lovely. So there you go. It's pretty simple, really. Your AIOS tank and dripper hybrid for your chi. Lovely.
So after taking that apart and Damien ripping it and building it for you, it's proper bang on. It is really nice.
Now, it can be a little bit fiddly if you've got clumpy hands, do you know. Luckily for me, I've got little dainty girly hands, so something like this is quite easy. The only difficult part really is just fitting the little piece of mesh into the tank section at the bottom. As you saw, that can be a bit fiddly. But apart from that, it's genuinely easy to set up, you know, and it does have a dripper mode on it. I showed you pretty much how to do the dripper mode. I'm not going to wick the dripper for you. That's pretty bog standard. Everyone knows how to do a dripper. That's pretty easy. The hard part about this is doing the tank with the mesh. And there you go. It's a great atomizer. It's a great clone. It's a great fake, you know. A lot of atomizers, you get the fake ones, the clone ones from Fast, they're pretty fucking moody. They're pretty shit. And they're getting better. They're getting really good at ripping these things off now. You know, it's a bit scary. Soon we'll only be paying £1 for shit, you know what I mean? All these £100 things are going to go out the window. No, I doubt it. We still have that club going on, and I'm still a member of it. But it's nice to have everything. It's nice to have a go on everything you can try, and I really like this. It's going to make me use the cheapo a lot more, because I kind of just had that in the background and didn't really use it because, you know, I've got better stuff. But with this on it, I really like it. I really like the flavour. I really like the vape from it. Having a nice coolness to that vape is different, especially when you're using a lot of like the Tay Funs or the Scrapes or, you know, the K Funs and all that, and you get that warm kind of vape. For a bit of a difference, the AIOS is really nice, and you know, it's great.
It does look handsome as well. It's bulky, but does look handsome. And if
well, the chi is bulky. It's a bulky mod. You know, it's a very accentuated mod, so it kind of complements it in what the style it's going for. You know, and for the money for this fake, it's worth a punt. You know, and I'm telling you now, you know, I'm not the only guy in the world who's got this, and I'm not the only guy in the world that'll tell you it's a fantastic vape, fantastic flavour, great vapour production. Can be a bit fiddly if, you know, if you haven't done this sort of stuff before, it's going to be a bugger for you. But if you are experienced in wicking and doing your own coils, and especially with mesh, I didn't find it difficult in the slightest. And like I said, I'm a silica guy. I usually always use silica. I was very, very impressed with this.
Well, just under a tenner if you've got the GU clone. Give it a go, you might as well. Do you know, if you're learning, you do like silica like Damien and myself, but you want to try something different, why not? It is under a tenner.
It is, you know, and it's a perfect complement for your Chi-Yu clone or your cheapo, whatever you want to call it, whatever you think you can get away with. You know. So yeah, if you've already been a bastard and already bought the clone, then be another bastard and buy the Atty for the top. You're already a bastard, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I would highly recommend getting one of these if you do have the Chi. And like I said, it is a hybrid made specifically for the Chi. Don't get this thinking I'm going to bung this on my Nemesis, my Gemesis, my bloody Bremesis, whatever. Don't think you're going to be able to just screw this on the top. It only goes with the threads of the cheapo. We do know it goes with the Astro clone. There are a couple of other clones that have been mentioned that it can fit with, but I don't know for a fact about them. But if you have the Chi-Yu clone, then this is perfect for it. It's a great complement for the Chi-Yu. It's a beautiful vape. I really, really am quite shocked about the vape on this. And yeah, get yourself one, mate. It's good, you know.
Would you give it a 10? Would you give it a 10?
For the vape, yeah, I think it's stunning. I really do think it's stunning. I haven't had a dry here. The flavour is bang on. The vape is cool as well. I mean, I haven't tried this with a menthol. I could imagine with a menthol, it'll blow your fucking mind. You know what I mean? It's, woo! It'd be like vaping extra strong mints, you know what I mean? It'd be like vaping Albus oil. Because it's a really cool vape. It's really nice and cold, you know what I mean? And maybe it's because I'm used to a warm vape that it was a bit different for me. I was like, oh, that's really nice. Maybe having a bit of a change for me, you know, but yeah, I'm absolutely quite stunned with it. And I do like the look of it. For me, I'd have preferred to have all the writing when you screwed it down, sort of go with your Chi-Yu logo. That'd have been nice. At the moment, it's on the back with your Korean writing and your serial number. I don't own the real one, so I don't know if that's how it's meant to be. Personally, I'd have thought that'd have been round the front, but it's actually completely at the back as well. It could be like that. I don't know. I don't own the real one. I'm not comparing it to the real thing because I don't know. But as far as this particular one I've got from Fastech for £8, it's great. It's great. And an atomizer for £8 that works this well, that is that well made, that is that well heavy and sturdy and hybrids up your Chi-Yu. It's brilliant. It's really good. So, you know, apologies for those that do own the real one, but you've got the real one. You've got your sense of pride. We just want a fucking good vape. And yeah, so on that note, thank you very much. We hope you've enjoyed this review. I'm terribly sorry that Big Tom has been lost for words today, but no big change there really. And
I will speak for a moment though.
Go on then, say something intelligent.
I want to say thank you to all you guys subscribing and liking the videos and watching. We have now hit over 1,000 subscribers. I want to say thank you, keep watching, and we really do appreciate fans following us, or supporters rather than fans, because you are supporting us in what we're doing. And we'd like to say thank you once again, and carry on watching and let's have a giggle.
Yep, nice one. So take it easy and vape hard. Stay safe.